Hi, my name is Linda Maslin and I'm the leader of the new resource church in Bradford, Fountains Church Bradford. We've had a really strange few weeks, I guess like everybody else. In terms of our church's journey, we started to worship together in September, so we're actually only a fledgling worshipping community, seeing people coming together and to start and form a new identity, to enjoy each other's company and to worship God together. So for us at this point in time to end up in a situation where we can't worship is really quite a challenge. But one of the things that we've learned is that actually we just have to keep taking little steps forward. So the sorts of things that we've done are, first of all, we had been working as a team to think about what we could do in terms of creating a pattern of prayer for our community. So one of the first things that we did was to create virtual morning and evening prayer on Zoom. And it was quite interesting because at first there was just our team, and our team had already been meeting for morning prayer. But as soon as we started, other people wanted to join in from our community. We took the decision that actually we didn't want to live stream our morning and evening prayer, but actually wanted people to come and to join it. So it's open to everybody, but actually there's a real sense of a community that's joining together there. And for me, it's been really quite surprising how people have engaged with the technology, even those who haven't really done an awful lot in terms of online stuff before, but also how quickly the barriers have come down in terms of just being able to build relationships. Our church services have been a little bit of a challenge, as I know they have been for everybody else, particularly as it seemed at one stage like things were changing and the advice was changing day on day. So our first service, we were actually able to just maintain social distancing from each other and still do a church service as a leadership team. So we recorded it in an empty space. That worked really well, and we were all set up to do that then the following week. But unfortunately, by that stage, the guidance had changed. And so again, we decided that what we would do would be to put out a church service on Zoom. Zoom enables us to record little bits and then put it together into a hopefully coherent type of service. And then we're able to stream that live on Facebook and also on YouTube. Again, in order to create community afterwards, we've been creating what we call our Zoom lounge. And there we gather, having gathered together a cup of coffee and a slice of cake after the service to chat through the issues that the sermon might have raised, the things that are going on in our community, and again, just to build relationships together. I don't know that we've got this right by any stretch of the imagination. It feels like everything is almost just good enough for the moment. And I think there is something about us having to do that at this point in time. The scripture from the Psalms always comes to mind in terms of, how do we sing God's praise in this strange land that we're in right now? And I think as long as we continue to sing God's praise, however that is for our particular context, then I think that's good enough. It's really interesting, I think, that this time is feeling a little bit like that time of Jubilee must have felt in ancient days. That sense that actually there is a time of shalom and a time of rest. And I'm really anxious to make sure that we as team and we as a church make the most of actually what rest is being given to us at the moment. So not to fill every moment with things that we could, but actually to take some time to just balance what we're doing with resting and particularly listening to God, trying to listen out for what he's doing in this season. I really hope that you're managing to do that too. And I pray that God will continue to bless you.